So yeah, we got the nitro here, and I'm gonna get ready to do step one of breaking this thing in. I've already put some oil into the glow plug into the engine, so it's freed up there, and now we got to put fuel in it. I've already went through it, tightened up all the screws, make sure there's nothing loose. Yeah, we're gonna fill this up with fuel. This is a 125cc fuel tank. And we're gonna let her idle the first tank of fuel completely out. Well, I'm not gonna let it run dry. I do have a hair dryer for heating the motor. You're supposed to heat these between, you know, get her up to 200 degrees Celsius, between 180 and 200 or 220. I don't have a temperature gun, so I'm going to be going by feel and heat that way. And I got some socks here to try to keep the engine warm. I don't know how the factory settings are, but you know, we got to keep this thing above 180. So we'll wrap some old socks I found in a rag pile downstairs. So I'll just wrap up the motor there till she gets hot, and keep an eye on the temperatures, touching it. I can touch about 200 degrees for about 3 seconds, so if I kind of just go by feel and temperature. So we got the sock on it. Now we've got to prime this engine. Get some fuel to the carburetor. Yeah, so there's two ways to do this. You can plug the gas and pull it and watch the fuel come up through. Or you can pull it off of the exhaust and blow in and fill it that way. So I think we're going to start by priming this. So we'll see if we can see the fuel come up through the lines. This is going to be hard to do from this angle. I'll have to move over here. Just hold down on this and we'll see if we can see some fuel. Oh, start to see the fuel. Fuel's right about here right now. And I'll give her 2 more pulls. It seems to be there. So we should have fuel in the carburetor. Give her another pull there. Alright, hopefully we didn't flood it. Alright, we'll get the controller ready in case we need to add a little throttle. So everything's set factory. I didn't touch any settings on this at all. Oh, wait a minute. First, before we try starting this thing, we've got to preheat it. We're going to put this on high and hot, and we're going to preheat this motor, try to get her going, and if it don't run, we may have to play with some settings on it. So this is going to take a few minutes to do, so I'm just going to pause this here until I get it heated up, and we'll be back when we go to start it. Alright guys, we got her warmed up with the hair dryer. It took about 5 minutes or a little less, and she seems pretty hot, so we're going to let's see if we can't get her going. Alright, let's get this off for a minute. Come on, this is my first nitro. I am aware I may have to turn these needles a little bit. I might have to go try and see if they are set properly from the factory. I have the paper inside that tells me. Alright, we gotta solve problems here. Alright, we're gonna have to check these needles. Alright, so I had to check my needle settings. They seem to be off. Either that or my counting's off, so Now I'm going to take the time, reheat the motor for a couple of minutes here, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, going to try her again with different settings. It seemed to be off, the settings didn't seem to be right, so I readjust it. And let's see if we can get her going. Change some settings now to cut it off. And make sure you check your settings before you get frustrated. Let's see if we got any oil coming out of that. Not getting enough oil. Seems like. There we go. Kind of see it set now. There we go, we're getting oil out now. Now the settings don't seem right to the factory on this at all. So we're just going to let her idle through this tank till this tank is empty. Engine is coming down, getting cooler. I think I can go a little richer. Yeah, now we're getting oil. Alright, we'll leave it like that. Seems to be getting lots of oil. We got smoke. 1003. Should be right around 200 degrees. But yeah, the settings were off. But now finally got lots of oil. I know the engine's being lubed. I feel better. Yeah, so this is basically, you know, I'm an electric guy trying Nitro out, and let's just know what I think. And so far, a little tweaking. I couldn't start it off the bat. You know, I tweaked the settings back to factory default, which started it, but But I do have plenty of oil. It's dripping out now. Seems to be idling good. 1001, 1002, 1003. I mean, I know it's over 180 right now. I'm holding my hand on it for about 4 seconds. Should be 180 to 200. I'm just going to continue to let this idle out. We're about halfway done that. You probably can't hear me over that thing, but we'll be back when this tank empties out, and we'll start step 2 with the break-in.